Now let's look at a numerical example of these production curves. First, let's review the basic mathematical relationships between marginal product, average product, and total product. Marginal product equals the change in output divided by the change in the variable input. Average product equals total product divided by the total amount of the variable input. So at every level of output, you should know the marginal product at every level of output. Oh, excuse me. If you know the marginal product at every level of output, you can sum up the marginal products to get total product, and then you can get average product from the total product, like on the last slide. Let's look at an example here. Here's a bunch of numbers corresponding to a total product or a quantity of labor, that's our variable input, total product, marginal product, and average product. And we've graphed over here total product, but I'm more interested for the moment in these numbers. So let's look at the relationship between total product and marginal product. If I'm using 1 unit of labor, that unit of labor produces a marginal product of 2. The first worker produced 2. So the total product at that point is only 2 as well. If I add a second worker, the marginal product of the second worker is 3. So the total product at 2 workers is 3 plus 2 equals 5. If I add a third worker, that worker has a marginal product of 4. So the total product at 3 workers is 4 plus 3 plus 2 equals 9. Once I have total product, I can go through and say, okay, my total product is 9. I'm using 3 workers, so the average product is 9 divided by 3 equals 3. And you can do that at the other levels of output as well. If I gave you total product, you could calculate both average product, as I just did, but you could also get marginal product from the total product. For example, if I've got 4 workers and I hire a 5th worker, at 4 workers, my total product is 12. At 5 workers, my total product is 14. So I take the change in total product, which is 2, divided by the change in the number of workers, which is 1. 2 divided by 1 equals 1. Likewise, if I went from 6 workers producing a total of 15 and 7 workers producing a total of 13, I would say, okay, 13 minus 15 is negative 2 divided by 1 equals negative 2. So notice we're now into that region where we actually have so many workers that they're getting in each other's way and making each other less productive. So the easiest, and notice also, even if I told you average product, if I told you the average product was 2.5 and there were 6 workers, you could figure out what total product was because you could take 2.5 times 6 equals 15. You can't really get from, it's not as easy to get from average product and marginal product directly. But if you go back, you can always get back to total product and figure out the other two, or you can use marginal product to get total product and then calculate average product or something like that. Play around with these numbers and make sure you can do these calculations. I also recommend that you graph these numbers in a diagram where you can see the type of relationships between, say, marginal product and average product in terms of where the curves cross each other and the like, in the way we described in the first part of this lecture. So let me just make sure you know what I'm going to expect of you you for the exam. You need to be able to draw the diagrams accurately and understand what they mean. Why it is that when marginal product is increasing, it's greater than average product, etc., as well as knowing that marginal product passes through the top of the average product curve, and all the things like that that we talked about in the last lecture. And if I give you certain numbers about total product, you should be able to calculate marginal product and average product. If I give you marginal product, you should be able to calculate total product and then average product. And if I give you average product, you should be able to calculate total product and marginal product. So if I give you any numbers, you should be able to go through and calculate all the other numbers using what the definitions are of total product, average product, and marginal product. And of course, you should be able to graph everything. It's a lot of material. I'll give you some practice questions at the end of the unit, but this gives you an idea of what I'll be looking for on the exam.